What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm on that J and we are locked in. We got the first episode of All American in, and we're starting to see how things are rolling out with our girl Coop. Luckily she survived. We seen that Beverly Hills won the championship, and we also see Jordan and Layla getting a little bit closer. So before I break this down and we come up with our theories and our predictions of what's going to happen, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of it, hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now, we started to see Jordan and Layla get a little bit closer this episode, and it's kind of making you think, where is this headed to? So let's jump into it. Are Layla and Jordan going to get together this season? Before we jump into Jordan and Layla and how they're going to come together, we have to understand where they both come from. Jordan and Layla are friends. Layla is Jordan's twin sister Liv's best friend. They all grew up together. Layla's messed with Asher, Layla's messed with Spencer. Liv is messed with Asher, Liv is messed with Spencer. Spencer and Jordan, they're like brothers. They're best friends. They're like brothers at this point. Now, Jordan's background is he dated a girl named Simone. He actually married Simone. She had a kid that wasn't his. Simone is also friends with Layla and friends with Liv. Jordan and Layla, the way they come together this episode is Layla is coming to talk to Liv about everything that's going on. We know her and Carrie, they're having a little disagreements, and she's trying to, recover from everything that Carrie's putting her through. We know last season also, Layla and Liv, they were just getting back on track to being best friends. They had their little falling out, but now they're back together. When she shows up to talk to Liv, she's not there, so it's her and Jordan. Jordan being a friend, and he also knew her since they were younger, he sits down and he's talking to her, and he just, bringing up memories because he wants to get her mind off of all the trauma that she's going through. Now, for her, it's tough because her dad isn't around, so she really has no one to talk to, especially with Liv being with Spencer. Now, Layla, she's by herself. She's not dating anyone at this point. Her dad isn't there. Coop is in the hospital, so it's just her. Jordan opens up to her and he's telling her, hey, you remember when we were young, we used to make a fort, you could come over, stay the night, and we would just hang out. So now their bond is starting to get closer. We never really seen these two interact as much as they are just in this one episode. Later on, they end up meeting up. Layla, she doesn't want to talk to her dad about the situation she has going on with Carrie because he's never been there, and he's actually part of the reason why she's going through this trauma. She doesn't have anyone, and then Carrie, almost committed suicide. Jordan, therefore, and Jordan keeps saying, I'm going to go see Spencer. The reason Layla doesn't want to go over there is because she used to date Spencer. So for her, she's opening up and she's listening to Jordan. Jordan also gives her advice. Hey, maybe you should talk to your dad. He's trying to be there for you. So why not open up to him and see what he has to say? She's listening to it. She's just, when you get information from somebody, you don't really agree with it. You got to actually think about it. He might be right, because if your dad is the problem, you need to talk to him and let him know. So she does take this advice. She goes and talks to her dad. Now, Jordan and Layla, you see them, they're interacting together. They're starting to get a little more comfortable and opening up with each other. What JP does is he decides the safest place for Layla to live while he's in and out working is over at the baker's house. This which brings Layla closer to Jordan. Now that they're at this house, you remember they talked about, hey, when we were younger, we used to make the forts, reliving what we were doing when we were younger, which is here. Now, these are two teenage kids. They're both attractive, and it seems like they're opening up to each other. If Liv leaves the room for a little bit, that could easily lead to a kiss. Now, I don't know if they're going to cross that line just because that's, her friend's brother, and she used to date the guy that dated her and was basically Jordan's brother. Now, I could see this happening. I hear a lot of talk about people saying they don't want to see Jordan and Layla together. It could go that direction where they start hanging out more, where they're just opening up, and then maybe episode 4 or 5 they kiss or something, and that could lead to something. My theory is they won't get together. They'll just be close to each other, especially with Simone out of the picture. They'll start getting closer and closer, and then if they do get with each other, that could be the reason Simone actually leaves and goes and does her spinoff of the Homecoming. But let me know what you guys think, because as of right now, they are getting a little close, and things things could go in that direction of them two being together. We gonna see though. We gonna stay on top of this. There you go, Jordan and Layla. Do you think they're gonna be together? Let me know what you think about them two. Do you think that's a good relationship? Is the first thing, and do you think it will happen and work? Like get together and actually stay together. You know how everybody in the All American world, they jump from person to person. Let me know what you think. I'm ODJ. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Be here next Monday for episode 2 of All American. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.